And now we're on to model 2. This is the model where we identify your platform. So in model 1, we talked about identifying your purpose. Now, when you understand your purpose, you also then need to understand what you need or where you need to be able to connect with who you sent to. This is the Church Without Walls messaging symphony. It is basically my signature tool in deciphering which platform you're meant to use for which audience you've been sent to. So the idea is you must have the right message, understand your audience or know your audience, which is the right audience, and be on the right platform. And the merge or the compendium of these three items would enable you to fulfill your ministry online. Right message plus right audience plus right platform means that you would have an effective ministry online. In terms of engagement and in terms of discipleships and trainings, you will be able to have a fulfilling ministry online. Now, this is actually the data. We're going to be talking more about data in this model because for you to be able to meet your audience where they are, you must understand how the platforms function. So let's look at this first one, online content activities, right? This is us saying we're looking at this data to be able to determine which activity online gets more views or gets more engagement each month than the other? From this data, we can see that watching online videos has 90%, 90% of the people watching or of the people who have access to the internet. 4.54 billion people watch online videos. So if you're good with videos, if not, why not? If you're confident with videos, then by all means you should use this approach. 51% of this number watch vlogs. Vlogs are just video blogs. Blogs are video blogs. So if you're good with camera, if you're good with expressions, if you're good with verbal words, then you should explore doing videos. 70% of them listen to music streaming services like SoundCloud, like Boomplay. 70% of people, if you're not into ministry, then music ministry, then there's no need of you intimating yourself with this. Now, 47% of these active social media users or active internet users listen to online radio stations. So, if you feel that your audience are part of people who listen to online radio stations, then maybe you should have a show online. Maybe you should contact gospel radio stations and own a show online or seek for an interview. Understand their target audience, of course. And anything online is global. So depending on what you can afford and depending on what you're looking at, then you can also engage online radio stations. And 41% listen to podcasts. Podcast is a form of streaming service for your sermons. There are various platforms where you can host your podcast. There is Anchor FM, and Anchor.fm actually distributes your podcast to every other podcast platform. So if you're not good with videos, but you're good with audios, you prefer audios, you are more expressive with audios, then you should explore the options of podcasts. Social media use by eligible audience, that is from 13 years old and upwards. This is the number of active social media users in each region. Look at the numbers. North America, 82% of them are using social media. Central America, 84%. Look at the amount of people that you can gain access into their homes by a message. If you've been sent to Asia, then look at Asia. We have 30% for Central Asia, 84 for Eastern Asia, 36 for Southern Asia, 74 for Western Asia, 80% for Southeastern Asia. So all these people have access to internet and are active on social media. We have no excuse anymore that we cannot reach the ends of the earth. Look at Africa, look at Europe. So if the Lord is nudging your heart towards a particular area, then please do take a look and do your research. But from these numbers, you can see the least number here is about 10%, and that's Middle Africa. But looking at the entire world, there is a good number of people who are active users of social media. All you need is one person to replicate what you have done or what you have thought, and then the wildfire would increase. Mobile internet users. These are the people who have access to the internet via their mobile phones. The total number of mobile internet users are 4.18 billion. What kind of content do you create? Do you have WhatsApp? Do you use WhatsApp groups? Do you use Telegram? And we're gonna go more into all of those apps in a minute. Do you use Telegram? Do you use there's WeChat? What mobile app do you use? You have 4.18 billion people who are using internet via their mobile phones. And the average time mobile phone users spend on the internet is 3 hours and 22 minutes. What are you contributing within that 3 hours? What content are you putting out within that 3 hours? What content are you intentionally making people to consume by reason of the word or the message that God has given you? Right. Then the social media use around the world. We said that there are 3.80 billion people who are active social media users. The percentage of those social media users accessing via their mobile phone is 99%, which means almost everybody who is a social media user does it via their phone. So whatever content you are creating must be phone friendly. And you must also remember that we are like the octopus. Internet users or social media users are like the octopus. Everybody trying to grab their attention. And if you remember from the previous data, the average number of hours used by mobile phone internet users or social media users is 3 hours. And so whatever you are creating must be straight to the point. Straight to the point. Straight to the point. If you need to host different sessions, maybe video sessions or audio sessions, you must give your audience ample time, ample notification. Do not assume that people are going to see what you post immediately. And so you give just maybe like a 1 hour, 2 hour notice to a video session, an audio session, an interview session. When you put up all of these notifications, you must also remind your audience because again, attention is what you need to get or gain from internet social media users. If 99% of the people who are active social media users use it via their phone, then you must consider the length of your content. Whether it is text, whether it is video, whether it is audio, you must consider the length of your content. And if peradventure you're a well-known minister, then maybe you may not need to put into consideration 50% or 60% the length of your content because it means that you already have people who are hungry for your content and can spend as much time as they have with you. But even at that, with lengthy sessions, you must be able to cut your sessions into minutes, 1 minute, 2 minutes, because the essence of social media is to ensure that people around the world can share your content, and nobody would easily share a 1 hour content. What is easy to share is a 1 minute, a 2 minutes, maximum of 5 minutes or 10 minutes content. And so you must be able to re-edit and repackage your content in such a way that it is easily transferable. The transferability of your content determines the extent or the length to which your content will run. Someone who creates a 30 minutes content or a 30 minutes video or audio, whatever it is, will not get the amount of shares that someone who creates a 1 minute or 2 minute video will get. And so once you can understand that 99% of the people use their mobile phones, then you also understand and put into consideration the length and the quality of the content that you allow your followers to consume. The next one is the world's most used social platforms. These are the most used social platforms in the world. Facebook, YouTube, WhatsApp, Facebook Messenger, WeChat, Instagram, TikTok, QQ, Zone, Sina Weibo, Reddit, Snapchat, Twitter, Pinterest, Kuaishou, and there is also Telegram. Facebook is the most used social platform. This is how I tell people to use, or this is what I expect people to gauge before they choose which platform to use. If you have more engagements on Facebook, then that's personally now, then run your ministry projects on Facebook. You can have it multi-streamed on maybe YouTube or Instagram or TikTok, but most of your activities should be on Facebook. And by Facebook, don't just open a Facebook page. And we're going to go into that more later. Don't just open a Facebook page, because even Facebook has said that only 1% of the people on your page or who follow your page will see something that you have posted. What is good for Facebook is Facebook groups. So if you're going to be using Facebook, then you must create Facebook groups. YouTube is not just a video hosting site. YouTube is actually used, especially you should use YouTube for SEO sake. SEO means search engine optimization. What that means is when you post videos on YouTube, Google has a way of ensuring that your name comes up when somebody types it in their spacebar. So YouTube is not just there for you to be uploading videos. And so you shouldn't say that, oh, I don't need to post videos on YouTube. The reason you should post videos on YouTube is so that people can have access to you and access to your message. WhatsApp and mobile chat groups or chat rooms. That's to host your community. You can host your community on WhatsApp, Facebook Messenger if you prefer that. WeChat, Instagram is for the pictures. You must be able to reflect appropriately what you do and who you are via Instagram. Online ministry platform analysis. This is where we go deep into the social platforms, because the platform you choose to use must depend mostly on where your target audience is. Once you have identified your purpose, as I have shared in Model 1, the next thing for you to do, it means that you have known your target audience. You must know where your target audience are. And that is where you must plant your ministry. Facebook. Facebook audience overview. According to this data, there are 1.95 billion people on Facebook. 44% of them are female rather, and 56% of them are male. You must understand that Facebook is engaging. Facebook is Facebook is that one platform that has absolutely almost every family member on owns an account on Facebook, right? So out of the 4.54 billion people who are active internet users, there are 1.95 billion people who use Facebook. So if your audience are more on Facebook, then have all your engagements on Facebook. The best thing for you to do is have all your experience or all your engagements on Facebook. Open a Facebook group so that you can build a community of people. And another thing about Facebook is that you can host your videos, unlike Instagram. That just saves your videos, your live videos for just 1 hour. Pardon me, for 24 hours. Facebook has a way of you can archive your videos if you don't want people to see them anymore. You can archive them, but you will always have access to them. There are 98%, the 98% of people on Facebook use Facebook via their mobile phones. Percentage of Facebook users access it via any kind of mobile phone is 98%. Those who access by laptop is 1.9%. Those who access by phones and computers, 19%. And those who only access via mobile phones is 79%. So we still have more people engaging via mobile phones than via laptops, which also takes us back to the issue of understanding your content length, your content, the robustness of your content, and how you must consider that people are using their mobile devices. The next one is Instagram. There are 928 billion, 928.5 million people on Instagram. The number of people that Instagram reports can be reached with adverts on Instagram is 928.5 million. 50.9% of them are female and 49.1% of them are male. Again, Instagram is just really for the pictures, for the images, it's for projections. Instagram helps you to project your ministry, your personality, your resources. It's not really, it can't really take so much as to engage people. Facebook does more of engagement than Instagram. So you may want, another good thing is you can use these platforms complement to complement each other. And so you cannot say, oh, I'll just use Facebook, I'm not going to use Instagram. No, you can have yourself on all of these platforms, but there will be one particular one where you engage the most, and that is where you have found that your audiences are. The place where you engage the most, the place where you get the most comments, which is usually Facebook, is where your audiences are. Instagram engagement benchmarks. Average engagement rate for all post types is 1.49%. Average engagement for video posts is 1.87. So Instagram does more with videos. Videos. For photos, it is 1.11. So you see why I said Instagram is just for projections. It's basically for projections. What are you trying to project? What story are you telling us? That's what Instagram is about. Instagram is more about storytelling, right? Instagram is more about sharing a journey with people, and that's what you should use it for. From this data, we can see that videos and photo posts are the ones that really have the engagement. Then Twitter. Number of people that Twitter reports can be reached with adverts, which means that the number of very active people on Twitter is 339.6 million people. 339.6 million people. 38% of them are female, 62% of them are male. Now, Twitter is basically just for short conversations. Short conversations. Drop the quotes, drop the prayers. And Twitter is also really good for engagement because there's also the hashtags that are trending. But depending on what you're doing, you wouldn't trend. But when you trend, you become like the topic of the day, and then you can have people click on that trend, that hashtag, and then they get familiarized with what it is talking about, which is basically what your ministry is about. So Twitter trends are actually one of the great ways to be visible online. Getting to trend on Twitter, which is one of the things that we do, one of the services that we render, is to help churches, help faith-based organizations get on Twitter billboard. That's what Twitter trend is like. It's like the billboard of traditional media. Because when people see your hashtag, you draw more attention, they can click and then follow through with the conversations that I've been having. So you may need to encourage, if you have a very large audience, you may need to encourage your people to share their experiences via Twitter. So basically, Twitter is for the short and sweet. Post your comment, post your prayers, post your engagement, post, and now you can do pictures and videos, right? So Twitter is another engaging platform, but the people who use Twitter are also limited. Most of the people who use Twitter are well advanced in engagement. So if you're not sent to people who are intelligent or extremely intelligent, brilliant, and educated, you might not want to use Twitter. If you want to reach the strong, the mighty, the weak, and those who need this information, then Twitter may not be the best place to begin from. You can start to use Twitter later on, but as a starter, Twitter is not the best place for you to start. Then YouTube. Like I said before, YouTube is not just a video hosting site. It is used for search engine optimization. When you post on Twitter, Google has it in its archive or in its brains, your name. And so when people go on Google and type your name, if you have a YouTube channel that is active, you would find that your videos will come up. So there are 2 billion people who use YouTube. That means, and they're more than that, because when you have a Gmail account, you automatically can own a YouTube channel. So the number of logged in users of YouTube each month, people who log into YouTube, there are 2 billion people. There are 2 billion people. And the total number of hours watched on YouTube each day is 1 billion. 1 billion people watch on YouTube each day. So you may want to put all your sermons on YouTube, because it means that YouTube is the television for the world. YouTube is the global TV. Just like you have traditional TV stations, YouTube is the global TV, is the global online TV. You can stream on YouTube, you can go live on YouTube, you can put recorded videos on YouTube, you can host webinars on YouTube. There's so many things that you can do on YouTube. But one of the greatest things that I still recommend YouTube for is so that you will be easily visible by people who search for the sermon topic, or the name of your ministry, or your name as a person, as a minister. So YouTube is one amazing place that you should engage your messages. Engage your messages using YouTube. Now to Messenger apps analysis. Now this is best for hosting and engaging groups, teams, staff, and building community. Look at the top Messenger apps around the world: WhatsApp, Facebook Messenger, Viber, Imo, Line, Skype, WeChat, Kakao Talk, Plus Messenger, Unknown. Telegram is also one of the top Messenger apps around the world. WhatsApp is topping. Telegram has a goal for 2030 to meet 1 billion people, right? So if we're looking at WhatsApp, it means that almost everybody is on WhatsApp. So if you're trying to build a community around what you do, you're not just dumping messages on YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, or Twitter. You're trying to connect one-on-one, which is actually what online ministry is all about. Then WhatsApp may be a very good place. But if you don't want to get it on WhatsApp, there's Facebook Messenger. WhatsApp is limited to only 256 people. I don't know about Facebook Messenger, but I know that Telegram can take up to 200,000 people. Facebook Messenger can be distracting, but Telegram, 200,000 people, and you can even mute the notifications. But again, all we're achieving or trying to achieve is to ensure that we engage and we build people for Christ. The most popular global mobile messenger apps as of October 2019, based on the number of monthly active users: WhatsApp 1.6 million rather, Facebook 1.3 million, WeChat 1.133 million, QQ Mobile 808, Snapchat 314, and Telegram 200 million. And Telegram is targeting 1 billion users by 2020. So if you're targeting a lot more people, more than 256, and you want to have them in one place, then Telegram is the best place to be. Now, with all these social platforms, you might be wondering, does my ministry still need a website? The answer is yes and no. If you want your ministry to be discovered by an individual in your local area, more often than not, that discovery process is going to take place online. So the reason I'm saying yes and no for a website is sometimes YouTube already does the work of people search for you online and then your name pops up. But what a website does is to put all your content in one place. All your content in one place. And that is why I talk about the landlord tenant illustration. Social platforms are tenant platforms. Website is the landlord. So today or tomorrow, if one of the social platforms you're using says they want to shut down, you wouldn't be annoyed, you wouldn't be scared, you wouldn't be thrown aback, because you have a website. And these days, it's not expensive to own a website. So just have a website where all your content can be found in one place. Every ministry needs an online platform where they are in complete control, and only a website can offer that assurance. Today, whether it's by messenger apps or by Facebook pages or groups, we find that people cybersecurity is on the high. But when it comes to websites, your website as a ministry shouldn't be a target to be hacked. But your Instagram page can be hacked, your Facebook page can be hacked, your mobile platforms can be hacked, but your website can they can, by getting the security certificate or license, you can put measures in which hackers will not get to your website. Your ministry websites, benefits of having one. Number one, when you have a ministry website, that means you are hosting an educational platform where people can wake up and say, oh, I need to get to devotion, and then they come to your site. Secondly, you're creating a platform for people to engage with you directly. So even if you cannot respond to social media comments on your website, you must engage. You have to, you create an opportunity to engage. How do I mean engage? When people ask you questions, you respond by the content that you produce and can be hosted on your website. And lastly, you have a website because you can, so that you can edify. You edify through testimonies. You host your testimonials, the rewards from the people who have gained so much via your ministry. You share them on your website. And all of these things will just be stationed in one place and can be read over and over and over and over again for as long as how many years you let it stay visible. But what you wouldn't get that with social platforms, because once you post today, the next post you post is going to push that post down, and not everybody can keep scrolling. But your website creates a platform for us to just click on the tab, and then we can go straight to what we want. This is how you identify your platforms, the platform you should use. This is how you create a platform that is seemingly easy to access by those whom you have been sent to. I'll see you in Model 3.